A big milestone coming for one of the biggest whiners.
Oh, Tony Stewart.
Tony
again.
Stewart, big milestone coming up. So far,
He's switching to Hoosier?
Yeah, I don't think NASCAR is going to let him do that.
Or is he going from diapers to pull-ups?
I'm a big kid now.
Man.
Tony Stewart in his Cup career has led 9,892 laps. Pretty good at Bristol he is, so he could go over that 10,000 lap mark.
Peep?
Nope. Richard Petty, all-time leader. How many laps do you think Richard Petty has led in his career?
Got to be over
couldn't
50,000.
52,194 laps. Isn't that crazy?
They used to race 7 days a week.
Yeah, I know. He raced like 1,100 races. But a guy like Ricky Rudd ran, 800 and some races?
Something like that.
Yeah, I just think that's a pretty amazing career, I think. Richard Petty isn't the only one that was racing in that era. Why
No.
couldn't nobody else do it? Why was Richard Petty so good? I don't care. They say, oh, back in the old days you didn't have all this stuff. I don't give a shit what you had. You were racing against guys that had the same stuff. Richard Petty wasn't the only guy on the track, and he wasn't the only guy smart enough to figure out how to build a motor.
But Petty is the king. Get over it.
I think so. I mean, I agree with that. I think he is the king. He's one of the best racers on the planet. He had to compete against the people. If you put him in a race car today, he'd suck, right? Against
Nowadays.
the Hendricks and the Childress and the Gibbs and all these big teams and stuff, he'd probably suck against those guys. But in his day, he was better than anybody else on the racetrack.
Because it was the equipment they were using, the tuning that went into it, everything was different. Everybody had the individuality. Now we're all racing little peeps.
We're going around a little track in a little car. Wait,
Wait. No, wait, there is a difference. This is a pink one.
Well, you got a
and
pink
this
one
is
and
a
you got yellow ones. See, there are different.
And now they all crash. But look, the driver is alive and well. He can walk away from the accident.
So if these are drivers, what are these?
That's a pit crew.
I knew he'd have an answer. Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah.
just had to get asked, didn't you?
Hungry?
Okay. Where are we going this week?
We're
Okay,
going
yeah.
to Martinsville. Woo!
Don't you like Martinsville? Isn't that a
The
great
oldest
racetrack?
track in the circuit.
Yeah, I was looking at something here. I looked at it yesterday in my encyclopedia.
Oh, big book.
Yeah. The only track that is still on the circuit that's since 1949 was the first race, and the only track that's still on the circuit, basically in the same configuration, other than being paved, which is a big difference, but it was a half-mile dirt. They paved it like in 53 or 55. They paved it, and it's still a half-mile track, much like it was back in the old days. There isn't another track on the circuit that's the same configuration. So Martinsville come around in 1949. So I just think it's a track with a ton of history. I think.
Tough track. Got to watch out for the curbs in the corners, long straightaways.
Yep, got them curbs right there in the corners and jack it up on there. It can be a tough, challenging track. Not a lot of banking
Concrete.
in the corners.
Yep.
And asphalt on the
down
straightaways. Yeah, it's a challenging track. So I think it's a fun race to watch. I thought all three series were running this weekend. They're not. Just the trucks are going to run on Saturday, and then
Martinsville?
Yep.
Someplace else.
Martinsville.
Excellent.
Trucks are going to run at Martinsville. And Chrissy Wallace, I think everybody will kind of have her eyes on her. Woo! Mike Wallace in the Geico insurance car. It's his daughter,
Never said
Chrissy.
I wouldn't go fishing with the guy.
I never said I wouldn't go fishing with the man. But it's Chrissy Wallace going to make her debut. I don't know how old she is. She's real young. I still wonder to this day, why can't we have a girl in NASCAR that can go out there and be productive and be competitive? I don't know why.
You're done.
And I said something about it once before about this very subject, and somebody was like, well, I'll quit picking on the girls. I'm not picking on the girls.
Find some.
Step up. Step up. Go drive a race car. Don't blame it on something else. That's all I hear about is all this.
We got a
crap.
girl at our local track. She won the Bombers. Keep moving her up.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty cool. The first girl champion at that track ever in a co-ed class. You used to have winged women or whatever, and that there was a champion there, so there would have been a woman champion. But truly a champion in a class that Anybody can run.
Pink one.
My favorite.
Fuchsia.
And yeah, that's fuchsia. Remember? And so they can go out there and run with the guys. And she went out there and she waxed everybody in the bomber class. And I think that's one of the coolest things. And I think the racetrack totally blew it on the whole thing. You didn't even act like this girl, did something important.
No big deal.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, we can't have that.
Why not?
Oh, that would be discriminatory.
I don't care what it is. You're the first girl that ever won a championship. They ought to be talking about it. She ought to be damn proud of what she did. And I think the track should have made a bigger deal out of it than they did. It's like, here's the track champion. Didn't make any difference that it was the first woman to ever go out there and win a championship, all on her own and racing with the guys. Don't you think they blew it on that?
I would say so.
I think so. I think it sucks. I'm still mad about it. It
I
gets
can
me
tell.
in a lather.
It'll be
No.
okay. Kevin will give you a hug after the show.
Yeah. And that's something else too. We got to talk about our little contest a little bit. We're going to have 3 winners. Send in some emails. I know you guys are watching. I can tell by on the computer what it says, how many views. There's people watching this thing. Send in your emails.
No, dude, I think that's low battery.
We're going to make this thing a contest. You're going to win something. We won't make a big deal out of it. You can send in an email under a name, Bob, whatever. Send in an email.
Well, we're going to need something in order to send you if you win.
Well, we can, yeah, but we'll answer you by your email. We'll come back to your email. First place, $250 gift certificate to DRH Specialty or PistonDealer.com. So $250. If you like racing, you probably got stuff that runs on
You have a
gas.
snowmobile, 4-wheeler, dirt bike,
Yeah, I'll bet we can help you out somehow.
a lawn tractor, anything.
Yep. And we have plenty of stuff to sell around here. Nitromethane, got all the good stuff. Are you leaving? Are you busy?
I gotta go.
Where's your gallon of nitromethane?
Where do you think I'm going?
Oh, he's going to get his nitromethane. But first place, $250 gift certificate. Second place, a $100 gift certificate. Third place, a hug from the doctor. And he went to go get his other part of his gift, a hug from the doctor and a half a gallon of nitromethane. What more could you ask for? So at Martinsville, make sure you email us. Pick a winner. Email it in here. We're going to make you a winner. Somehow we're going to get you something. I don't care where you live. We'll get you something. Even if you don't want a piston or a camshaft or a set of lifters or a half gallon of nitromethane, we can't ship the nitromethane. So third place, you're going to have to be in person because doctor is going to have to give you a hug and he can hand you your half gallon of nitromethane at the time. So all that'll work.
Yes.
So on to Martinsville, right?
Right.
On to Martinsville.
I'm
Shoot,
going,
that's
dang
all.
nabbit, Kyle Busch. He gets my vote this week.
Kyle Busch?
Kyle Busch.
Do it.
I'm going to go with his brother, Kurt Busch.
Why?
Why not?
Oh, family affair.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe not.
I got to go with a team that totally dominates Martinsville.
Uh-oh.
Well, who do you think that would be? Who totally dominates Martinsville? What team? What car owner dominates that?
Wow.
Hendrick.
Motor.
Jimmy
But-
Johnson has won, 12 or something like
Yeah,
that?
bittersweet victories, though. That's where that plane crashed, and they
Yeah.
lost all them Hendrick employees, sponsor people, Tony Stewart's helicopter pilot, a bunch of people. Bad deal. Bad deal all around. You don't like it when that kind of stuff happens. You can hate Jimmy Johnson as much as you want, but you can't hate it when stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear that?
What about Gordon?
The rabbit!
Look out!
That's the most fun we had all week. So that's kind of week we got.
I think that rabbit had rabies or something. Kind of a crazy rabbit.
Damn Easter Bunny.
It's good. The rabbit didn't die.
No, he died. Look at him. No more Easter Bunny, kids. So, off to Martinsville, and we'll be back on Tuesday to do another show, wrap that up a little bit. We'll have a lot more to talk about, a lot more entertaining. Stay tuned because this snowmobile jump, I'm not sure if we're going to get it done this week, but I think we can do this snowmobile jump, and I think it's going to be good. We're gonna jump a Suburban, and like I say, we convinced my daughter that she ought to be the pilot, and like I told her, it'll be safe for us. Until next week.